Senator Munson.
Thank you very much, Chair. Well, it is to Senator Gold, the government representative in the Senate. And I'm trying to give voice to the disability community, particularly those with autism and Down syndrome and other intellectual disabilities. And I've been trying for 2 weeks to get an answer, Senator Gold, and you talk about making inquiries. But it seems the provinces aren't getting the message, and it concerns me. On the weekend, we saw Ontario give its priorities in adults 80 and over, Indigenous adults, healthcare workers, and adult recipients of chronic home care. But yet there's been no answer of what the federal government is doing in conjunction with the provinces in having these people with disabilities who are vulnerable to getting vaccinated. Remind you just quickly, the UK report that found that adults with developmental disabilities are 4 to 6 times likely to die from COVID. Has the federal government made any progress with the provinces on including all Canadians living with a disability to their vaccination priority list?
Well, Senator, thank you for your question and for your ongoing commitment to giving voice to those in the communities of disability. I have been advised that the government has asked the National Advisory Council on Immunization, which is an independent and external group of experts, to provide recommendations as to who should be prioritized for vaccination. And these recommendations will inform both the provinces and the territories as they fulfill their responsibilities in delivering vaccines. The latest information that I have, Senator Munson, is that disabled Canadians are not yet at the top of the list or given priority at this stage in the rollout. The information that I have and the most recent recommendations focus on racialized groups and essential workers who have been especially hard hit by COVID, and that, I understand, is the recommendation that the external experts are recommending at this stage. But thank you again for your question. I will continue to make inquiries because I expect and welcome your ongoing questions on this subject.
Thank you for that. I did talk about that external advisory board last week and their recommendations, and if you go on their website, there's still nothing on that website that states anything having to do with persons with disabilities. So to me, this is an issue of the hundreds of thousands of Canadians who really don't have a voice. And I must say I'm really deeply disappointed that we haven't heard more. I'm glad to hear this, but this to me takes you should be taking another approach. And what does it take but a telephone call or telephone calls from the Prime Minister to the provinces who appear to be silent on this to say, let's get this job done for those with disabilities. Let's get them vaccinated. Let's protect the healthcare workers. Let's protect the parents in the homes of these young men or these men and women who are vulnerable to COVID-19.
Go.
Well, again, Senator, I think we all agree that all the groups that you mentioned, including those with disabilities, should be protected as quickly and as soon as possible. But the approach of this government with regard to this issue has been to rely upon independent and expert advice. And their advice, at least to date, has prioritized other groups. It's frustrating for those who are not yet at the head of the queue. And it is cold comfort, no doubt, for me to say that we still have to be patient as we receive more vaccines and as the rollout continues. But again, thank you, Senator, for your question, your commitment.
Senator Marc